Welcome back to the wonderful world, Tamil. Today we embark on a journey into the heart of India, exploring 15 sensitive topics shaping our nation. From city streets to village fields, these issues resonate with millions. Think of this as our collective national conversation, raw and often uncomfortable. We are a vibrant democracy, grappling with age-old fault lines and new challenges. Over the next few minutes, we will navigate these topics to ignite a conversation. Let's explore each topic to gain a deeper understanding of the complexities we face. Political violence is, unfortunately, not new to India. Recent times have witnessed a chilling escalation. From targeted killings to brutal clashes, our democracy feels under siege. This is not just about rivalry, it's about the erosion of democratic values. When fear becomes the currency of politics, we are all diminished. The assassination of a public figure is an assault on the idea of India. This violence, fueled by political ambition and social divisions, chills ordinary citizens. It creates an atmosphere of fear where people are afraid to express their opinions. Can a democracy survive under such violence? Addressing this requires accountability and promoting non-violence. India's position on the Israel-Palestine conflict has always been a delicate balancing act. Historically, we supported the Palestinian cause, advocating for a two-state solution. However, recent years have seen a shift in India's foreign policy. Growing ties with Israel have led some to question our commitment to Palestinian self-determination. Balancing historical ties with evolving geopolitical realities is challenging. The construction of the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya is a watershed moment in India's history. For many Hindus, it is a moment of victory, a symbol of reclaiming their heritage. The shadow of the Babri Masjid demolition looms large. This conflict reflects the larger debate between Hindu nationalism and secularism. It requires understanding and listening to narratives from all sides. The debate surrounding caste-based reservations in India is enduring and emotionally charged. For supporters, reservations redress historical injustices faced by marginalized communities. They argue that without affirmative action, these communities remain trapped in poverty and discrimination. For them, it is about social justice. Critics argue that reservations perpetuate the system they seek to dismantle. They contend that focusing on caste reinforces divisions. They advocate for addressing socioeconomic backwardness rather than caste alone. The issue is complex, layered with historical baggage and contemporary realities. Finding a solution that balances social justice with meritocracy is a challenge. A nuanced approach promoting socioeconomic development across all communities is essential. In 2020, images of farmers camped on Delhi's borders captured the world's attention. The protests were not just about agriculture, they were a cry for justice. Farmers feared new agricultural laws threatened their livelihoods. They saw these laws as leaving them at the mercy of corporations. The protests highlighted the disconnect between policymakers and those affected. The farmers' resilience demonstrated the power of collective action. Addressing their concerns is crucial for India's future. Ensuring fair treatment and support for their livelihoods is essential. Addressing grievances involves ensuring fair treatment and support. India boasts of being one of the world's fastest-growing economies, yet we face a growing army of unemployed youth. The pandemic exacerbated this crisis, pushing millions into poverty. The lack of job opportunities is a social time bomb. When aspirations are dashed, it breeds frustration. This can lead to social unrest. The government's focus on skill development is a step in the right direction. We need policies that encourage job creation. Moving beyond rhetoric, we must create an environment for businesses to thrive. Failing to address unemployment is not an option. The dreams of millions of young Indians are at stake. Skill development and job creation are essential for economic stability. Education is the great equalizer, but in India the system is riddled with inequalities. The gap between urban and rural education quality is vast. For millions, access to quality education remains a distant dream. Lack of infrastructure and resources plague rural areas. This perpetuates poverty and inequality. It denies millions the opportunity to reach their potential. Investing in rural education is an economic necessity. We need to bridge the digital divide and empower teachers. Creating an education system that caters to all is vital. Despite progress, the safety and dignity of women continue to be violated. From domestic violence to sexual assault, the statistics are chilling. The culture of silence often surrounds these crimes. Stigma, fear of ostracization, and lack of faith in the justice system prevent reporting. The Nirbhaya case forced us to confront gender violence. Outrage is not enough. We need legal reforms, sensitizing the police and judiciary, and challenging patriarchal mindsets. Creating a society where women feel safe and respected is crucial. Comprehensive strategies involving legal reform and education are essential. Combating gender violence requires a multi-pronged approach. As India races towards economic development, we are on a collision course with our environment. Our cities are choking on pollution, our rivers are dying, and climate change is a lived reality. From extreme weather to rising sea levels, the consequences are all around us. The challenge is to find a sustainable path to development. This requires a shift from consumption to conservation. We need stricter environmental regulations and investments in renewable energy. Promoting sustainable practices is essential. The future of India depends on making peace with nature. Addressing these concerns requires strict regulations and community-led initiatives. The issue of religious conversion is a tinderbox in India's socio-political landscape. The debate is fraught with misinformation and prejudice. Allegations of forced conversions lead to calls for anti-conversion laws. Critics argue these laws target minorities and curtail religious freedom. The right to freedom of religion is enshrined in our constitution. Individuals have the right to choose their faith without fear. This is a complex issue with no easy answers. The rise of Hindu nationalism has sparked a debate about India's soul. The idea of India as a secular republic is being challenged. This ideological battle plays out in politics, media, and daily life. The rhetoric of love jihad and demonization of minorities create fear. Reclaiming India as a pluralistic society is crucial. This requires pushing back against divisive forces and upholding the constitution. Fostering a culture of tolerance and respect is essential. The future of India as a democracy hinges on balancing national identity and secularism. The path ahead is not easy, but the stakes are high. The rise of nationalism has led to polarization. Preserving secularism requires dialogue and coexistence. Constructive dialogue and commitment to coexistence are vital. India is a nation grappling with regional autonomy demands. From Kashmir to the northeast, diverse communities seek greater control. These demands stem from historical grievances and cultural identities. The challenge is balancing these aspirations with national unity. Ignoring these demands can lead to alienation and unrest. Acceding to every demand can be destabilizing. A nuanced approach is needed, recognizing regional aspirations and upholding federalism. Dialogue and understanding are crucial. India's strength lies in its diversity. This diversity thrives in an environment of mutual respect. Balancing regional demands with national unity fosters trust and cooperation. Corruption is a national shame, undermining institutions and eroding public trust. From petty bribery to large-scale scams, corruption is endemic. It discourages investment and widens the gap between rich and poor. When those in power are seen as corrupt, it breeds cynicism. The fight against corruption requires a multi-pronged approach. We need stronger laws and greater transparency in governance. A change in mindset is essential, rejecting the culture of corruption. Public frustration has led to movements demanding accountability. Strengthening legal frameworks is crucial. Promoting whistleblower protections is essential. Combating corruption requires comprehensive strategies. The COVID-19 pandemic exposed the fragility of India's healthcare system. Private hospitals catered to the affluent while the public system was strained. The pandemic highlighted inequalities in healthcare access. Urban areas have a concentration of hospitals, while rural areas lack basic facilities. The system is failing those who need it most. Marginalized communities often choose between healthcare and necessities. We need a fundamental overhaul of our healthcare system. Prioritizing primary healthcare and investing in public hospitals is essential. The right to health is a fundamental right. Equitable access to quality care is vital. India's economic growth story often overlooks the informal sector. Millions toil for meager wages with little job security. The pandemic worsened their plight, pushing many into poverty. Lack of social security and legal protections make them vulnerable. Strengthening labor laws and ensuring minimum wages is crucial. Recognizing the well-being of vulnerable citizens is essential. Labor rights remain a pressing concern. Many workers lack legal protections and job security. Strengthening existing laws is crucial. Advocating for fair wages and safe working conditions is essential. Promoting workers' rights requires comprehensive strategies. Thank you for joining us as we explored these 15 sensitive topics in India. From faith fault lines to social justice struggles, these issues are lived realities. Each issue reflects the intricate challenges our society faces. We've witnessed anger, hope, resilience, and a desire for a better India. The conversation cannot end here. We hope this discussion has deepened your understanding. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe. What are your thoughts on these topics? Let us know in the comments below.